Meanwhile, US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi landed in Taipei on the 2nd of August. The visit immediately led to a rise in tensions across the Taiwan Strait, even as an already frosty US-China relationship has now stooped to a new low. The unending row continues to rise to new heights, and a month after the controversial visit took place, the latest, China has in fact issued a pretty stern warning to the United States. And this time, Beijing is extremely furious over the sale of arms to Taiwan. Reacting sharply to this development, the Chinese embassy in the United States has said, and I quote, China will resolutely take legitimate and necessary countermeasures in the wake of the developments of this situation. The U.S. State Department has approved $1.1 billion potential sale of military equipment to Taiwan. The package includes about 60 anti-ship missiles, 100 air-to-air missiles, along with Sidewinder missiles used for air-to-air and surface attack missions. Now, Harpoon anti-ship missiles, in a bid to boost Taiwan's defenses, the latest arms sales is in line with the U.S. commitment to defending Taiwan. The U.S. presidents have time and again reiterated Washington's commitment to defend Taiwan from a Chinese military incursion.
You didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are?
That's the commitment we made. That's the commitment we made. We are not, look, here's the situation. We agree with a one China policy. We signed on to it and all the attendant agreements made from there. But the idea that it can be taken by force, just taken by force, is just not appropriate. It will dislocate the entire region and be another action similar to what happened in Ukraine.
But the U.S. arms sales announcement follows unprecedented Chinese aggression around Taiwan. Enraged over Pelosi's visit, China has launched some unprecedented drills. Its rockets have landed near the Taiwanese coast, and the Chinese fighter jets flew very, very close to the Taiwanese airspace, while ships of the Chinese Navy practiced war drills, which Taipei fears are a precursor and a rehearsal to an invasion. Now, Taiwan's approach towards the incursions have also changed very significantly, and earlier in the week, Taiwan's military had fired some warning shots for the first time at an intruding Chinese drone near Kinmen Islands. Now, in the past couple of weeks, the Taiwanese leadership has repeatedly reminded the world that the island is in fact ready to defend itself, even if it means taking some strong countermeasures.
我们不会让对岸有不当的借口来制造冲突，我们不会挑起战端，我们自我克制，但不表示我们不会反制。
Now, China, on the other hand, has repeatedly asserted Taiwan as its own territory and has blamed the United States and the secessionist forces on the island for disturbing peace in the region. Now, reacting to the Kinmen Island episode, here's what the Chinese Foreign Ministry has had to say.
美国个别政客靠窜台捞金，向台湾当局狮子大开口，这副嘴脸早已人尽皆知。民进党当局挥霍老百姓血汗钱，已经沦为美国政客谋取私利的取款机。
With the greater geopolitical context in mind, let's now look at the pressing questions which the latest developments, of course, raise. Firstly, how seriously should the U.S. take the Chinese threats of a possible invasion? Now, Taiwan has remained one of the most sensitive issues when it comes to China. The second question, of course, is if China were to attack, will Taiwan be able to defend itself? Now, given its relatively small military resources, China's takeover is not unimaginable. Now, Taiwan is also on a similar defending position. Its president has recently reminded her people of the 1958 conflict with China, where the Taiwanese military had frustrated the Chinese efforts to capture the island. 64 years ago, the Chinese military had tried to capture the islands of Kinmen and Matsu. Listen to what President Tsai has had to say.
也向世界宣示，任何的威胁都无法撼动台湾人民捍卫国家的决心。过去如此，现在也是这样，未来 也是一样。
Now, the third question is about the role of the United States. As the Chinese Foreign Ministry has recently pointed out, is the United States using Taiwan as a money generator? After all, it's the US defense industry that is going to gain. Now, if the United States keeps arming Taiwan, at least the latest $1.1 billion potential arms sales point in this direction, then this, of course, is likely to heighten the tensions further between the United States and China.
一轮打击过后，两栖步战车快速超越突击车，对敌靶标进行新一轮打击。多架敌侦察机出现在任务空域，防空分队。
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.